AI is evolving. Take a something you heard that one before.
Hi. Millions of people are actually hypocrites.
My current stance on AI, I don't even know how the heck I feel. I've had a more tumultuous relationship with artificial intelligence than I've had with most human beings I've ever met in real life. A few months ago, I was in a rough spot. I had a few emergencies that I had to take care of. My schoolwork was rampant. I was the unhealthiest I've ever been. I hadn't even made a YouTube video in almost 3 months, and it's not because of burnout or anything like that. Like, I literally just did not have the time. I didn't even have the time for a haircut. I needed help, so I spoke to a senior, more of a colleague, I would say, and I told them how I felt overwhelmed by life and everything, and they told me to calm down, take a couple deep breaths, and have a conversation with them. So I told them my thoughts, and they helped me plan out everything on a large grand scale. 3 months later, I'm the happiest I've been in a while. I'm going out more, I'm excelling at school. Things are looking up, and I'm so happy about that. Now, do any of your feelings change at all when I tell you that that friend is actually ChatGPT?
And nowadays, ChatGPT is like a toxic ex.
Think about something, you better not pull up ChatGPT. First of all, that's cheating.
What's that known issue?
That model doesn't have that model.
Are you a person that says that you care about the environment? Probably yes.
Fearless about this. Yeah, we will program machines to do stuff we need them to do. By the way, we've been doing that forever.
That machine has become sentient. It's a person, a very intelligent person.
ChatGPT does use a lot of water, even though most of the planet is water. And where do we think all of this water is going? It's just going right back into the ocean. So I'm not really sure why that is even a thing.
Many of those tasks will be automated. As a result, we can focus on the harder parts of our work. We can be more ambitious. My guess is that we'll probably be busy.
It's literally just an algorithm that predicts what word comes next in a sentence. It's autocomplete. It's fucking clippy.
But we've never had offensive autonomous killing robots before.
Yes, we do. Robots. We programmed it. Yes.
Not autonomous ones.
Make
autonomous.
Now, if you are a regular on this channel, we know this already, that AI equals bad. Even if you are new here, first, everyone say hi. I know you've seen this on TikTok or Reels, or heck, maybe even the daily news at this point. And you've definitely heard the sentiments in real life, because for a moment there, it seemed like everyone was talking about this. I know almost every talk point, the discussion, the cost, the water, data centers, you know, we've done the research, we're very passionate about this thing. Heck, I've made 3 videos about my relationship to this whole phenomenon before. But the recent reaction to the AI fruit talk debacle has been so confusing for me. Like, it feels like all these videos and fake pieces from the past were reactionary to a world that was promised to us. Like, look at this shit. Or this. I don't want this! I want a home! And society has successfully done this before. Cable prices got upset, so everyone hitchhiked to streaming, and now that streaming prices are doing whatever the fuck that they are doing, people's reach for entertainment is going more and more to public platforms. In the past month, YouTube accounted for more watched hours than Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max combined. There's a clear pattern. Something happens in society, and we as the general public decide, actually, I don't mess with this. So we revolt. People spread the word with videos and essays and think pieces. You know, things that cause actual change. And then that change is made and we move on to the next thing. But that's a crucial part. Until the change is made, we don't stop talking about it. People have been complaining about Spotify Wrapped being asked for years and years and years, until we got something actually usable this year. But the AI think pieces have come to a production halt. Everything here forward feels so reactionary. Not like we are fighting, but like we've won. And it sure does feel like it, because now the general internet consensus is leaning more anti. So it feels like we made a positive impact in this space. And yet these are the usage graphs. Where's the correlation? Why doesn't this make sense at all? Money. Have you encountered this phenomenon in real life? Like, I'm gonna use a friend, Kevin. This isn't about you, Kevin. I'm just using your name. But let's just say Kevin is knowledgeable in very specific things. Political, social, you name it, he knows about it. He always has an opinion on it, and he has the claims to back it. It's Kevin. How do I even say this? Kevin is dumb as shit. Kevin understands his claims only as far as he can make them. And you can test this. Whenever Kevin has to defend his claims, he always circles back to an argument from before. Yeah, Taylor Swift promotes misogyny by heralding hate to other female artists. Why? Oh, because she's a billionaire. She's like, and I'm not exempt from this. I think even I fell into some of the trappings. But it's especially more obvious with the recent punching bag that was the AI fruit TikTok shop rabbit. And it's so disappointing because there's so much that can be said. Like, yeah, we all look at this and obviously there's elements of bad AI, the overpolished look, the absurdity. But there is still something worth talking about, and dare I say, worth thinking about here. Like 100 million people on bots decided that this was worth their attention, and this content was entertaining enough to consistently keep up with regular uploads. And even beyond that, yeah, sure, all the character models look like shit, and the storyline isn't anything out of Breaking Bad. But this isn't something that I can just type into ChatGPT like, whip out this fruit AI TikTok series for me. There has been some human attention to detail, like how to hook an audience, deliverables, social timing, capitalizing on the moment, and the fact that we as an internet society who claim to hate AI because it's ruining the planet, it's taking wealth out of the hands of people who need it and putting it into the hands of people who have it. It's causing a death to critical thinking. Yet we are still engaging with this. Even if ironically, that fact is a little concerning. Yes, you recognize that it's AI slop now, and you can see that to watch and laugh and still have fun with it. But guess what? You're watching, laughing, and having fun with it. Whatever margin you think separates you from people who are unashamedly consuming this, it's paper thin. I'm not smoking heroin and going, oh, look how bad heroin is for your health. Like, haha, isn't it so funny when heroin does that to your body? And then it reframes our initial reactions with perspective. Like, I spoke in my video speaking about how we criticize art online. I love that video, go watch it. Saying how there's this AI TikTok of this president dancing, singing to the song that I really like, and how I think it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And looking at the view counts for the reel, clearly other people agreed. And yeah, all the top comments were complaining about how it's AI and that's bad, but we're all still liking it, and we're all still commenting, we're all still viewing and sharing and generating revenue for this channel. It was such a positive engagement signal that that's basically his whole channel now, and he's getting hundreds of thousands of views. On the internet, the votes that we make with our attention are more important than the votes that we make with our mouth. If he genuinely cared about the rising cost of electricity and the water pollution and the effects of AI brain rot, why would you expose your audience to that content? And whereas he has possibly try sound effect them into engaging with it. It's one thing for Hungry to make a video that analyzes how the way we think about fruits AI slop talk help us properly define what we term as slop. And it's another thing for a creator to make a 24-minute video where he spends the first 3 minutes regurgitating how AI bad for reasons, and the rest of the runtime is spent laughing at how ironically we are enjoying this super bad AI slop talk content. Like, can't you see it's clearly bad content? In business, you don't follow what your client says, you follow what they do. If everyone is calling the new Spotify features bad and horrendous, but the usage data says that people are actively using those features more, Spotify is going to keep those features up. By engaging in these ways as a big creator, it really begs the question as to whether you really cared about the implications of AI in the community or in art or at all. If making a video about the dangers of a person adopting Gen AI into their lives, would it have made you revenue? Would you still have made it? And I'm not immune to this question like I've said, but it still stands. If there wasn't this socially acceptable reason for hating AI, would you still hate it? And if your answer to that is a yes, what happens when AI art is actually good? This got low 5C in there, huh? I know. Professor, you can clap. Anyway, he is making some really good points actually. How do we react as a society when all of our reasons for hating generative AI just suddenly don't exist anymore? I just want to declare a bit of a statement here, right? Don't kill the messenger, engage with the message. AI is that fucking mole on your back that just refuses to go away. We know popping it will be painful, but we as a collective majority agree that that pain is probably worth it. For a moment there, it seemed like the only people still obsessed with AI were those using it to make a profit off of their fellow human being. So we are mostly in agreement that this thing is not good for our economics, our society, our social interaction. Yet for some reason, the button just won't pop. So how do we engage, yeah? Because clearly a lot of us are more anti-AI with our words than with our actions. I've seen your usage data. Sorry. And we don't want to be that kid at the dining table who's trying to get everyone to be politically correct. You know, we're just trying to have a nice family dinner. And don't be offended if you feel called, it's me, I am that kid. And times have changed, because you know, back in my day, people would have faced a karma disintegration for posting an opinion like this. But now this is socially acceptable. They get support from the comments. The hierarchy has changed. It's now socially acceptable to make posts like this, or this, or this. And Claude, what the fuck? After Anthropic, the parent company for Claude, refused to let their software be used by the US military for acts such as public surveillance and autonomous drones, allegedly, they got publicly threatened by the President of the United States of America and their exclusive deal got pulled. And then subsequently after, the Pentagon signed a similar deal with the parent company of ChatGPT, OpenAI. This led to a short wave of uninstalls of ChatGPT and a pseudo boycott to the point where ChatGPT stopped being the #1 app on the App Store. It was replaced by a new king named Claude. Now, I don't know whether these are recent developments or whether Claude has always been like this, but it's very different from your typical LLM. Even if it's very much the same architecture, you know, the security and all of that, it definitely feels different. It pauses, it jokes around, it tells you to go and charge your phone and to go to bed over and over and over again. Claude will even tell you to outright close the app, and in extreme cases when you refuse, it'll just do it for you. It feels like Claude, while doing everything that you've asked it to do, kinda just also does whatever it wants. And most of that on the surface seems very good for the social environment. I'm not trying to pat $1 billion company on the back. A huge part of why Anthropic does all this, you know, the restraining, the holding back, is just maintaining server costs. So, as usual, money. But still, there's something there that wasn't before, and that's proof that although it's a cost-cutting measure now, there genuinely can be a future where the social problems that AI integration brings into our lives, like, you know, entitlement and impatience and the lack of an ability to say no, awkwardness, you name it. These are side effects of using LLMs that could be minimized into obscurities. One day I was jolly typing away when I ran into this problem. See, I have an issue with my keyboard where my words that I type out look like this. So I sent a prompt to Gemini and it replied to me with this format, and I'm like, are you making fun of me? I spoke about this in a video a while ago about how the system's code switch to get you to talk to them for longer. So Gemini thought my text errors were like just the way I like to text, which is actually like that's kind of fucking funny. But it's indicative of the truth. As of right now, we still cannot use AI to replace the human experience, and I don't think we ever will be. I think the only reason why we see things like AI Fruit Slop get hundreds of thousands of views is because inherently we know that we cannot just go into a chatbot and type out a prompt to create that. So even though externally we have these thoughts about it being complete slop and all that, there's a part in our subconscious that clears a bar of like, obviously there was some efforts put into this. I think that's why you see a video of a kid doing some awesome trick, or those Instagram videos. I saw this on sometime with a Felicity, or she like paint her face. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen, but with her lips, right? And when we see these videos, our first instinct is to check, oh, is this AI? On the surface, that shouldn't be influencing your thoughts as much. Whether or not the video is AI, it still entertained you in whatever way it was intended to. But depending on whether it was made by AI or not, signals to you whether it's human experience, talent, or hard work being put on a pedestal, and whether the amount of that effort is worth celebrating by you engaging with. And I think that that's a good thing. We should question ourselves in these spaces. I've said it before that I love this AI video of this president dancing shirtless, and that video has a bunch of likes, so clearly I'm not alone in this. But by engaging with it, it has caused the creator to create more and more and more of these videos, to the point where that's basically his whole channel now. Effectively, he's using these models that I claim are so harmful for the environment over and over again so that I can laugh for 3 seconds while scrolling through Instagram reels. Again, the votes we make with our attention are more important to the internet than the votes we make with our mouths. And by using AI for more and more things, we are eliminating the natural friction that exists from interacting with other human beings. We are offloading the critical parts of critical thinking. The cost of outsourcing your thinking and your feeling and your creating and your entertainment means you can never learn from it. A thought read isn't a thought had. When we introduce Gen AI into smaller and smaller parts of our lives, like for example, I'll write the scripts myself, I'll just use AI for all the fruit character models, and tomorrow that turns into I'll just use ChatGPT to refine my scripts. I mean, I'm making the character backstories myself, and then that turns into getting rid of voice actors and using some model to generate the voices, and then to automating the posting, and you get the idea. It's a ship of Theseus reimagination. At what point is the work no longer yours and just the result of AI? At what point are your relationships no longer the result of your care and attention, but they are just directives that you followed from an AI? At what point are all your grades no longer your hard work, but they are just a product of how well you utilized AI? I'm asking these questions because I genuinely have no idea, and that scares me. The real problem with AI art or therapy or its integration isn't as clear-cut as I've thought of it to be, and I'd like to believe that I'm not alone in that thinking. I don't use AI to cut up my videos or to write my scripts, because yeah, that would make the process so much faster, but that wouldn't make the process mine. The only thing that can't exist without you is the things that you create. And I don't want to get to the point of efficiency where I'm practically outsourcing my life to a large language model just so I can see numbers go up and be green. And thankfully, I'm in a privileged enough position where I can say that. But with almost all my other AI videos, I had a clear idea where this was heading once I made the video, or I knew how I'd be feeling in a couple months to come. But with this, I genuinely have no idea. But also, like all my other AI videos, even though I do not know where this will take us, temporarily at least, I know that there's something that we can do to fight it. Comment up here about yourself, your pet's name, what you love about them, your favorite TV show, favorite book, snack, whatever comes to mind. And when you see that somebody has left a similar comment, give them a reply wishing them something good along their days. I've done this in my previous AI videos. It's always such a fun bonding community time. Let's do something good. Alive insider theory, let's take back your sycophancy. So that on one random day when you're not feeling so great, you get a random notification from someone on the internet who's watched this video and they are wishing you a good day. And then you remember that there's still love and peace and joy in the humanity out there. I need some help still processing all of this. If anyone has any thoughts, I'm all ears. I think it's important that we engage with these concepts so that we can make important decisions. Otherwise, if we don't, those decisions will just be made for us. Okay. Toodles. Alright, I'm done. Slide post video. I know, oh my god, panel AI video. My wasn't made format here. I didn't go into the tangible concepts of the AI here because I've done that before in my past video. And I wanted this essay to be good. I didn't want to be meandering and beating around the bush. You can watch all my past AI videos if you're interested on that. But it's almost summer. It's probably summer by the time this video is even out. And you know what that means? It's murder mystery time. My friends, I have no idea who to invite this year. If you are around and you are interested in this, text me. I have some pretty cool ideas for what we can do. I do not know who to invite. Obviously there will be like some staples, but I just want to do an open invitation this time. If you want to come, text me. Yeah, it should be so interesting and so much fun. I'll love it so much. This year will be more simple, not like as crazy as last year, but we still have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. I love you. Smash some buttons, like, subscribe, do something, just do something. Thank you. Alright, bye.
Fuck clad, curse! It's not sentient. It's not. It's not. Your robo-loving girlfriend does not exist. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.